Full disclaimer here, I don't know how the battery issue is on a lot of these sabers because I've neglected charging recently, which is not good for saber life, and I do not recommend it. Don't be like me, be responsible human and charge your sabers. And I apologize for the barking. My roommate's dog is very sad because she just went to the grocery store and he wants to come out and play with me. Yeah, so in no particular order, this is one that I can't show on the forum because it's not an Ultrasabers. So this is, I think it's the ID4. It's from Inspira Designs. It's designed off of Bastila Shan's hilt. This is about the closest one I've been able to find. There is a slight fluting at the emitters, but other than that, it's pretty dang accurate. Right now, it's just an empty hilt. I'm sending it to somebody actually to get installed with Neopixel. So once I find what I did with all the little bolts that come with it, like this one and all the other ones, I got these red switches and put them in myself, but once I figure out what I did with all of them, I'm sending them to the Saber Smith, and he's gonna do my combat grade Neopixel, which I'm excited about. Yeah, I really like the choke points on this. It's kind of short for a staff. People are like, oh, do you actually need it longer? I'm like, well, with the emitters being this long, you lose a lot of the usable room anyway, and with it's hard to use a staff efficiently with your hands so close together here. But it's not bad. It's a lot better than one of my other staffs that I'll show you later. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to keep the covertechs on it, even though they're not accurate, so I have this sort of middle grip section. It's the perfect width for my hand. And they do have their own pommels. Oh, I have those just over there. Just a moment. So this is the regular pommels when it's not with the connector here. This is the connector. So you connect the two hilts. You can see it comes apart. I like that it makes them line up so everything's on the right side. One thing I don't like about a lot of the connectors for many Saber brands is they don't line it up so that they're facing the same way, and it looks stupid. So these are the pommels. I like the design. I think they're the V2 compatible. You can check that real quick with I have right here on Ultrasabers Initiate V2. This is one of the free initiates that I got with an order a long time ago. It's in Guardian Blue. But let's just see if it fits, because I know this one does not fit with the regular Ultrasabers. Oh, yes, so it's the V2 size. If I wanted to, I could use these pommels. Ooh, I could use these pommels on my initiate, make it a little fancier. I really like these pommels. So that's good to know. Good to know, good to know. Let me put that back on. Oh yes, so one saber, technically two. Let me put my pommels over here so they don't, well, actually let me put them back maneuvered so they don't get lost. Gotta send them when I send it in, just so that we can make sure with the Smith that everything fits if I try to use it single saber too, because Bastila does use single saber at one time. One of the cosplays I do is Bastila Shan from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So this is going to be one of my Bastila staffs. I have multiple now, even though Bastila is not my main cosplay. I don't know how that happened, really. I didn't even like Bastila until recent. I'm ranting. Anyway, okay. So this is the Ultrasabers V2 Initiate in Guardian Blue. The guarded AV switch, I hate guarded AV switch, they're just uncomfortable to me, but this was the free one, so I didn't get to pick. On none of the ones that I've done myself do I have, well no, on my first Saber, I have the guarded AV because I didn't know better. On none of the other ones that I've purchased have the guarded AV. The other ones with guarded AVs you'll see were things that I got for free. Let's see here, what next? I guess we'll go here next. Pretty sure this one's dead, if not almost dead. Oh, no, it's not fully dead yet. So this was a a raffle prize that I won. I think it was a 3rd place prize. I got a random hilt with Li Ion setup, which I would have preferred since there's no recharge port. I like the regular AAAs better. I hate dealing with Li Ion, which is why most of these sabers are probably dead. Oh my goodness, Pablo, calm down. So this is the Ultrasabers Dominic's version 5. It's not a saber that I use because these claws are sharp and uncomfortable, and that's the best choke points right here. I mean, there's also one here, but it's not as nice. I like to hold it a little higher. I really, really like this sort of grenade style almost on the hilt here and near the emitter. And the windows, they're nice. And it's a nice pommel. It's a nice design, it's a pretty saber, but it's a shelf queen. I don't use this because, again, sharp. Bark, bark. Yes, I hear you, Pablo. You might hear one of my cats meowing in the background at some point, too. She's in heat, and she just wants me to go back into the room and love her. Okay, this is a saber I reacquired recently. This was a mystery box that I got from my ex, and he gave it back to me. He decided to do some battle damage on it. I'm not a big fan of the battle damage thing. I do my own battle damage by actually dropping my saber and getting my hand hit, and that's a big thing though. The battle damage isn't really realistic. Yeah, your saber would end up scratched from being used, but I mean, if there's this much damage at where you would hold the saber, that's your hand getting chopped off. So, just something to consider. I'm gonna move this hilt so away from the others and more with my Star Forge robe stuff, so that it does not get all scratchy scratched. Does not need battle damage before I can actually use it. Okay, let's see here. This one is definitely dead. These batteries are probably perma-dead. This is my first staff. It's a quick connect. So this is a pair of the Ultrasabers Sentinel version 4 with the quick connect. Yeah, I got them both in the... They have Li Ion set up without the recharge port, unfortunately. But I got them both in the tri-white or tri-agent silver, Adigan silver. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. And they have the white illuminated AVs, which you won't see illuminated right now because it's dead. It's a nice size staff though. What I like about the quick connects is that it makes it very ergonomic. So what is in here? Sorry, I think there's packing peanut. Yeah, there's a packing peanut in this one. I'm just gonna destroy the packing peanut. Okay, I will throw that out when I'm done. Oh, more pieces. Perfect. Anyway. What I like about the quick connect from Ultrasabers is it's very ergonomic. You can pivot the staff as necessary, so you're having to change your grip less. You can get a more fluid rolling action. Yeah, just more ergonomic. It's a nice staff, nice size. You have lots of handling room. Even though I do have the covertech wheels, which do take up some of the room, and I wouldn't hold it here consequently, but for someone my size, this width is perfect. And I'm a pretty small person, so. Okie dokie. Let's see here. This one I got from a grab bag or a mystery box, one of the two. So this is an Aeon LE, I think, version 4. And it's in Guardian Blue. It has the silver flush AV switch. Yeah, just a stunt setup. No sound in that one. Oh, this one does have sound. notifications. Oh, okay. Okay. This one was my raffle win in the winter raffle. I won first place diamond prize. We'll see if it's charged or not, because I don't actually know. So this is the Ultrasabers Flamberge version 2. So it's the version with, it has this cool detailing on the hilt. I also got it with a red illuminated black AD switch. So let's see. Nope, it's dead. That's unfortunate. I might make a different video when it's charged. I have a video of just this one, but yeah. I'm kind of salty because I requested the Ultra Edge blades and I was given the regular ones instead, which I don't like, but it's still heavy grade, so to request how to buy the blades for the Flamberge separately though, because I mean you need the little crossguard ones, so that makes things a little more complicated. And I got them with the bullet tips. So since I paid extra for bullet tips and the whatchamacallit, the heavy grade, that's why I'm kind of salty that it's the regular instead of Ultra Edge. Well, the Ultra Edge just looks better. Ooh, this was, I stole from, okay, so I got a bunch of mystery boxes for my brothers and dad for Christmas, and 2 of the mystery boxes were things that like, ah! So one of them was a Graphic CE with sound, that I ended up giving to my dad for Christmas because he's a huge original Luke fan, and it seemed only fair. But this is the Raven SS with a recharge port. Oh, that's another thing. I got a recharge port on the diamond one. So it's right there. I love recharge ports. That doesn't mean that I recharge them all the time. It just means that they're more likely to be charged. Okay, so this is the Raven SS. So it came with a recharge port, but the mystery boxes don't come with chargers if they do have a recharge port. So I'm like, well, it's only fair that I keep this one for myself, so I swapped it out with one of the free sabers that I got with that order for one of my brothers. So one of them ended up getting a no sound saber, but it was orange, so it's nice. So, oh no, this one's also dead. I really need to make a different video after I'm able to charge all of these. But this is in blazing red. Yeah. I apologize. Not much in terms of light so far. Lightsabers, more like not lit sabers. This one's almost definitely dead. This is my butcher. It's also a diamond controller. I have a red illuminated AD switch with it. It also needs a new blade right now because I broke the tip off of this one. Has a recharge port. Let's see if it's dead also. Of course it is. But yeah, this is the regular butcher. I also have the specialty blade plug that came with it because I ordered it when it was still in the pre-order. Which reminds me, the pre-order for that was a lot longer than the pre-order for the Grandmaster. I was upset the pre-order for Grandmaster was so short because I had no money when it was, and I can't afford to pay full price for it right now. And I really wanted that blade plug. Okay, so this is the Specter with the sort of circuit board etching. These are all Ultrasabers so far. The only one so far that hasn't been is the first one that I showed you. This is in the Aeon, whatever it is pronounced, silver, with the Obsidian version 4 soundboard. Oh, the Raven had Obsidian version 3 soundboard. It also had sound and recharge port. I'm keeping that for myself. Anyway, it has a D-ring, and it has 2 covertechs, one at the top, one at the bottom. I got all the extra stuff and a recharge port. Blue illuminated AV, got the angled AV box. Let's see if it's charged. Oh, hey! This one actually is. Ooh, what is on the blade? So, I need to clean the blade apparently. There's some... Oh, it doesn't really show in the video, but there's some crap on the blade right here. I have it set right now to the ancient saber sounds. It's a Arctic blue flash and flash, so I'll turn the pulse so you can see. Doesn't really show well on camera, I don't think, but yeah. Anyway. So I really like, it has this nice, it's great for my size hand because my thumb fits in this little notch here, so it makes this a great choke point for me. But for anyone with larger hands, ironically, it might be a bit uncomfortable. But this also is a nice hand guard, so it works to protect you a little bit. Yeah, nice saber. Love my Specter. This is my Electrum Wind, which is probably not charged, and I also have some color discs in here right now because I was trying to show someone green, so even if it is charged, it's going to be super dim because of how many color discs I have in there to get the color that I wanted. Yeah. So this is the Electrum Wind. It's pretty bulky. Has a recharge port. Yellow illuminated AV switch. I got the little pinhole windows in it. Oh, it is charged. That's surprising. So you can see the AV some. If you hold a little higher, it's not bad in terms of grip, but these box things here do get uncomfortable, and this sort of rough nurdling here gets uncomfortable. Yeah. And this has the Obsidian version 4 soundboard, same as the Specter. Oh, why is it not wanting to turn off? There we go. Apparently I wasn't holding the button down far enough. Okay. This one, I think it's charged. This one doesn't have a recharge port, it just never seems to die. So this is my Scorpion, my Crimson Scorpion. It's massive. It is manageable to use, surprisingly, but it's also massive, I'm not going to lie. It's the Claw, has windows, covertech. This has Obsidian version 4. I have, I think, red illuminated AV, and this is in fire orange. Oh, it finally died. That's upsetting. I thought that saber was just, like, immortal. Okay, this is my Franken saber. The time when I got all of the mystery boxes for Christmas for my brothers and dad, they were also doing the Franken saber promotion, so I ended up at the amount that you needed to get the free Franken saber, so this was mine. It is charged because it has the AAA batteries and they're not dead. I'm not dead yet. Anyway, it has the Archon version 2 neck, the Warglaive body, and the Raven SS pommel. It's just a stunt saber, no sound, in Arctic blue. Ooh, it's running low though, because now it's pretty cyan. So I probably need to change the batteries soon. And it has a guarded AV. Again, it was a free saber, so I didn't get to pick that. Oh, I think there's one in this bag that I'm missing because I don't see something. Ah, yes there is. So this one is not an Ultrasaber. This is from Saber Trio. This is their Dark Aeryn, spelled A-E-R-Y-N. If you're a fan of Farscape, that's the whole reason why I picked this saber. Because Aeryn's son is awesome, and this seems like a saber that would be fit for her character if she wielded a lightsaber, which my headcanon Revan looks like Claudia Black. So it was very appropriate for me. It's pretty similar to the design of the Return of the Jedi hilt that Luke uses. So we have this thin neck emitter, which is a great choke point. This is really a one-handed saber. It's not comfortable for two hands, even for me, and I have teeny tiny baby hands. So yeah, this is from Saber Trio, which is one of the ones why I can't post this on the main site. Dark Aaron, I got the gold AV and the brass covertech, and I need to redo my deodorant. And I got it in the color amber, although it's starting to turn a little more orange, so I probably need to charge the battery soon. It's a great saber though. I use this for my one of my generic Jedi for Saber Guild, Gwendicall, who is technically one of my variations of Revan, but that's beside the point. Okay. This is another not Ultrasaber, and this one I need to do some repairs because it's just a mess with the wiring. I don't recommend this brand. This one I got from an Etsy store online. They're based out of China. It's called Wonder Force. But somebody actually linked me last night asking about something called Pach Sabers, and I'm just like, I've never heard of them. Then I look and just like, this is the exact same company, because I found this hilt and my other one that I have from them, and I told them, no, I don't recommend it. The electronics are really cheap, but the switches are these little buttons, and on my other one it's actually caved in, so it's pretty much unusable. They do come default with recharge ports, which I like, but you can only use the charger that comes with them because any other chargers overload the battery, which I think is the problem that I had. They also come default with sound, but it's really, really thin metal, you can see. Which is a shame because the hilt's a really nice design. It's very comfortable, but they're just cheaply made. Yeah. Unfortunate. So this is their, oh gosh, what's it called? This is whatever their crossguard one is called. I forgot. But it's here. It's supposed to be red, but... Okay, back to Ultrasabers. This was my first saber ever. This, with its guarded AV. It's not so bad in this because of the little conclave here. So this is the Guardian hilt. It's technically in Sunrider's Destiny, but the battery needs to be changed. So right now it's AAA. So right now it looks like Guardian or Consular Green. Yeah. Oh, that's actually showing better Consular Green on camera than actual Consular Green often does. Oh, that's rather odd. Okay. So it's a pretty bulky hilt. It doesn't have a good choke point for my size of hand. It's too wide here for me. But I do like it. I mean, it was my first saber. And it's got this cool little jewel knob thing. And it's obviously based off the design of Obi-Wan Kenobi's hilt. Yeah, just basic stunt saber. This one is one that I got out of a mystery box. It has light sound. It is the Dark Apprentice, I think version 3 or version 4, one of the two, but it's also LE, which is why it has these silver stuff. It's really comfortable. I really like this grip here. It has a nice choke point. I got windows with mine, but there's an issue that I need to fix with the soundboard, I think. Oh, it also has a flush AV, which is great. Because I hate guarded AVs. Just because it keeps, the moment I turn it off, it turns back off. Or turn it on, it turns back off. Like I said, I think it's something with the wiring or damage to the soundboard. But it's in fire orange. And you see it turn on and turn right back off. Yeah, so that one needs to be fixed. But it's a good, nice saber otherwise. This is my Emperor's hand. It may or may not be dead. It was dead, and then I switched the batteries with something that was not dead. So it might still not be dead. I did it so that I could show the white illuminated AB. So I got the angled box, white illuminated AB. I got rid of the little side box thing because I just find it uncomfortable. It's not as bad as people say. I can hold it fine and I have petite hands. It doesn't have the best in terms of choke points, but I mean, for my size hand, the way that it fits around the angled box is perfect. Got the, I got the brass covertech, and I get the silver pommel. This is their thinnest profile pommel from Ultrasabers, the one for the Emperor's hand. It's so thin. It's kind of like the thinnest emitter is the one on the Flamberge, which is not that tripart that you saw. It's the little tiny black loops that are holding the blades. So much so the emitters actually come separate, attached to the blades when you get it. And I thought that they were screw-in blades, honestly, the first time. So I'm just like, oh, why can't Ultrasabers just do all screw-in blades? I'm like, oh, that explains why. Because, gosh, there we go. Because it's not actually screw-in blades, it's just a super thin emitter. But it's a thought. So let's see if it turns on. Oh, it does turn on. This has Obsidian version 4 sound right now, but I just have it turned off right now. So this is in the violet amethyst color because it's Mara Jade. I mean, you have to. Let's turn really bright. Yeah. So I could turn the sound on it. We turn it off and then. Did it really just die? It just died. I swear. Oh, no. It just hates me. Aha!
Obsidian. Black Star.
Let's do Black Star.
Confirm.
Black Star. Silver flash on clash. See the illuminated baby? Yeah. And I will turn it off. It's super loud, so I don't know if you heard anything I said. Only a few more to go. Okay, so this is technically a staff, but I have it without the connector right now. I could technically go get the connector. That would involve me standing up again. The connector looks pretty much like these pommels. So it's designed just for this. So this is the Saber Forge, another one of the other guys. Bastila staff. So this is their take on Bastila. Still doesn't have a two-pronged emitter, which I'm salty about. You need two-pronged emitters. It's really, really short for a staff, as you can see. Especially since you really lose this with the... These would be good places to hold because they're great choke points, except that it comes unscrewed way too easily if you hold here. And then you have all these little knobs in the switch that are really easy to hit, so you end up with that much usable space on the hilt of the staff, which is just way too close together for anybody to actually use a staff. They got these momentary AV switches. Got it in yellow, because again, Bastila staff. But it's not very durable, I feel. Again, this comes loose really easily if you hold at what is the most comfortable choke point, and it's really easy to accidentally turn off because of the placement of the switches. And because they're raised momentary AV switches, it's really easy to accidentally hit one. With the flush switches, it's less likely. So this is what I usually use for my Bastila staff. This is custom staff that I did from Ultrasabers. This is 2 catalysts in Sentinel yellow, which look orange right now because I need to change the batteries. Yeah. With the quick connect, so yeah. As I'm knocking things. To not knock over the paint cup. Right, it's going going to be an unhappy time. But yeah, it's great. It has a nice big space that you can use for the actual staff part, and you can actually hold it from the choke points to use, and it works perfectly fine. This is usually what I use for my Bastila staff. Still the 4-pronged instead of 2-pronged, but pretty dang close. Nowhere makes decent Bastila staffs. Closest one I found was the Inspira that I showed you. If you don't do custom smithing, the person who's doing the Neopixel insert for me actually does make a custom Bastila staff. I've seen it. It's nice, but he does kind of like a rose goldish finish on it, which I find kind of strange. Oh, this was another free one, as you can tell by this guarded AD switch. So this is the standard issue Battle Saber, and it's in fire orange. Yeah. Stunt Saber, but it's nice. This is my other one from the Chinese company. This is their Maverick. It's super light, but it's cheaply made, and I don't like it. Looks fine this way. It's designed kind of off of Darth Revan Saber, but if you turn it the other way, got all these little screw holes. Oh gosh. Got this button that sort of ended up concaved and stuck, and it doesn't really work. There's the recharge port, and again, this one won't turn on because it has the same issue. I think I need to redo the wiring entirely. They're cheaply made. I don't recommend them. Yeah. This would be a nice like prop hilt though for my whatchamacallit. Oh. Probably salvage the pommels for a V2. Let's check that right now. Oh, of course the V2's at the bottom of all this. Come to me! V2 initiate. Can I salvage the pommels? Let's find out. Oh no, it's smaller than that. Maybe it will work for the Saber Forge. Can I salvage them for my steel? Oh no, that's way too small. Okay, so pommels are not even salvageable. This is the 7/8 inch instead of 1 inch design. That's even smaller than 7/8 though. These are super thin, which is nice for holding in small hands like mine, but it's really not good quality. It's a shame. I mean, they're super cheap, so I'm not really out of money, but nice props. Might use it for when I finally finish my edits to do 501st, because my Revan is approved for Saber Guild, but not for 501st at the moment. There's like, oh gosh, my argument about the hooks versus clips and loops and whatnot. Long story short, my armor has the hooks to clip the cowl to the front of the armor, which is more accurate, but the 501st guidelines say that it needs fabric loops. So I'm figuring out a way to do fabric loops and hide the clips for 501st, and then switch back to the clips for Saber Guild and just for general, because why not? Okay, so now we're to my babies. These are my Revan sabers that I use for when I do Darth Revan. So these are the Ultrasabers Savior. Do I have these the right way? Yes, I do. So I had them move the covertech on this one from the right to the left so that I can wear it on my left, so that I can wear it on my left hip and still have the button and stuff face out when it's on the covertech clip. So this one is actually their emerald controller, and this one is their diamond controller. These are my babies. I hope they're both charged because I haven't had a chance to charge them in a bit. haven't had a chance to saber at all in a bit. So, oh, the emerald finally died. This one usually holds charge pretty well. So it has red illuminated AV. Right now I have the emerald set to red with the Arctic Blue flashing flash, which I'm probably going to change to yellow soon. And for when I finish my Star Forge Revan, that saber will end up in sort of an Arctic Blue color to sort of do the Mantle of the Force crystal from the game. Yeah. And this is my diamond controller. Please be charged, please be charged. And it's also dead. Right now this is set to Violet Amethyst. The diamond controller, you can change colors on the fly, which I love. I'm probably still going to keep it to Violet Amethyst with even Star Forge Revan. So, but this is my baby. This is my favorite saber. I use it for almost everything. Yeah. So, I think that's all of my sabers. Let's count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, depending on how you count. Staffs are technically 2. 15, 16, ooh gosh. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and like I mentioned, I have a 27, 28. What? Also, that's another thing. So it has a nice tuning fork effect with these emitters. Anyway, tuning fork effect. So we're at, what was that, 28? And like I said, I have a Darth Malik saber on the way. I'm so excited. From a custom sabersmith on Etsy, not the Chinese place. This dude's completely different. So that will be 29 soon. I'm really excited. I'll share pictures once that is here. And once, I'll do a video once I have the Neopixel insert for the ID7 from Inspira Designs. So most of my sabers are that tuning fork effect again. Sorry. Most of my sabers are Ultrasabers, but I also have the Inspira Designs, Saber Forge, Saber Trio, oh gosh, the Wonder Force, and let me look up what this guy is. Who is this dude who is building my Malik saber? So this is Inspira Designs, and it will also be this other custom dude. Notifications. Well, not notifications. Let's go to purchases and reviews. Spaz So this is what the Maverick Saber is gonna look like. I'm so excited. The sexy two-pronged emitters, which those really need to become more mainstream. They were super popular for KOTOR. Bastila and Maverick both had them, and now they're coming back with the new game. So I mean, people need to start offering them. There's no two-pronged emitter options, even in custom saber shop. So two-pronged emitters, please. So the Maverick Saber will be Saber number 29. Are you excited for it? Yeah. And that's the whole collection, I think. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If I am forgetting something, I'll let you know.